Mommy needs to film a video. What are you doing? Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Christina, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a quick curriculum unboxing. I have my tea because I kind of feel like I'm getting sick, so I wanted to film this video before I got so sick I couldn't do it. Sickness seems to be like just blowing through my household right now. Let me know if you've been battling sickness in your home. I feel like everyone I talk to is either sick or someone in their family sick or their whole family sick or they're just getting over being sick. And also drop your favorite natural remedies for cold and flu season down below. Let me know because I have lots of learning to do in that area, because if you've been following me here on YouTube, you probably maybe noticed that I still have not started my natural medicine unit, which I'm really regretting that and kicking myself now. I keep pushing it off until I can really focus on it because I'm so interested in it and really am excited to do it with the kids and like really dive deep and like make major life application happen with it. Should have done it like I originally planned in the beginning of the school year, and we did not. So maybe this is the motivation I needed to do that. In the meantime, I have a quick curriculum unboxing. And the interesting thing about it is I got something that I said I probably wasn't going to, or at least I wasn't going to right now. Well, that quickly changed. And it is mostly, the reason I wasn't going to get it was mostly because I really am drawn to like a literature-based homeschool, living books, Charlotte Mason, really not one specific homeschool style, but very just kind of natural, almost unschooling, but we're not really unschooling. I don't know. I guess eclectic. Let me know if you even know your homeschool style. Like, what is your homeschool style? Do you have one? Let me know. But not so much traditional. I don't want it to feel like school, like public school or private school or a school. I just want it to feel like we're learning at home, like we're learning and we're doing life. And obviously for us, that does include some curriculum, as you already know, but especially for my youngest kids, I do not want it to be very curriculum heavy and very like strict formal lessons all the time. So it's part of the reason why I wasn't going to grab this, but then my 7-year-old said that she wanted it. She's sick over here, watching me. Okay, you're ever wondering like what's out of the frame of the camera? Sometimes a sick kid. Oh, honey. Okay, so part of the reason why I didn't want to get too much formal curriculum is because of the fact that I wanted her to fall in love with learning. I want her to enjoy learning. I want her to have time to explore topics she's interested in and just pick books up and read them and draw and write and create art and just have plenty of time for free play, which I feel like she does all those things. Would you say you do all those things? Yeah. Would you say you love to learn? Yeah, she's shaking her head. Yes, she loves to learn. She heard me saying that I was considering getting her the curriculum, and she said she wanted it. And so I figured I would grab it. So you may have figured it out. Your first hint is it's from The Good and the Beautiful, and I did end up getting her the Language Arts Level 2. So she did recently start the Math Level 2, and she absolutely loves it. I really like it so far. We're about 10 to 12 lessons in at this point, but she said she really wanted language arts. She sees that her older brothers do the Good and the Beautiful language arts, and she wanted it too. So it comes with this course book, which looks true to form, that what we've experienced from The Good and the Beautiful, that it is very beautiful and engaging. And so I'm really excited to start this with her. It also comes with, if you're unfamiliar, it comes with the reading booster cards. So this level of language arts for me, for The Good and the Beautiful, is completely new. I've never done The Good and the Beautiful language arts at this level. The youngest level that I've experienced with is level 5, and that is very student-led. So there's a little bit of the parent and student portion in the beginning, like maybe 5 minutes, and then the rest he's on his own. And so Obviously, this is going to require more of me, and I'm really actually excited to do this with her because we really enjoy our time together, right, Gigi? Doing her math or any of those things that we do for her independent lessons. So I'm excited to jump into this with her. And then it also comes with these 2 level 2 books. And then the recommended nature reader, which I actually bought previously just because I wanted her to have it. I'm interested to see how it ties in with this. I'm not entirely familiar. Let me know if you're using the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts level 2 or if you have in the past. Let me know what you think. I'm interested to hear if you guys liked it, if you're liking it, all of the things. So something that I want to just touch on in regard to like my homeschool philosophy and how it continues to develop and grow and change, and why I decided to end up getting it was as simple as she said that she wanted it. And that doesn't mean, if you know me, you know I don't get my kids whatever they want. But when it comes to like educational things and them wanting to make choices for their own learning that are good for them, then I want to support that. And so we're going to try it out. And if it doesn't work well, then we won't use it, or we'll put it away and then try it again at a later time. But my plan is not to do it 4 to 5 days a week. I'm pretty sure it's a 4-day-a-week curriculum, or maybe you could do it either way. I'm not sure. If you know, drop it down below. I still need to look through all of the information and get myself acclimated to this curriculum, but I have in my mind that it's going to be 2 to 3 days a week, because of the fact when you see me do lots of hands-on learning and unit studies and book club things and all of those things, they're not necessarily extras for us. They are part of our learning day. So I'm not trying to add on more work for her, but I do kind of like how this will be like a continuous thread, but that we don't have to feel like we don't want to, or we can't add in these extra unit studies and things like that because it would be too much work. And so for me, in my mind, we'll use this 2 to 3 days a week. If it takes us a full year, that's fine. If it takes us longer, that's fine. Not so much worried about adding on extra work. The reason I touch on that is because I get a lot of those questions here, but also a lot in DMs over on Instagram. Like, do you do all of your core subjects every day and winter book club? Which winter book club is still happening. If you're unfamiliar with it, I shared about it in last week's video, and you can click and you could go over to my Instagram and check it out, but I'll also link it down below in case you're interested. It's amazing. We're using it and loving it, and we'll use it like all winter, and I'm sure in future years in the winter as well. But for example, I have people ask like, so do you do all your core subjects and nature study club and winter book club and knowledge crates? Like, it seems like a lot. And the answer is no, we don't do all of our core subjects every day plus all of this other stuff. It's usually like some days are really light, and then some days we do maybe hit everything, but it's rare that we hit everything. That's not my goal. Like I said, even with her math, I'm okay if we do 3 days a week of math, because we're doing other things and she's learning real life math by baking and measuring and different things like that, or playing a game. So there are 2 more little things in the box that I will share with you just because they were in the order. Usually if I'm ordering something like that, I'll see if there are any small things that I want to get that I wouldn't just order on their own because it's not worth paying for shipping. And so I did grab my 4-year-old, the Doodles and Pre-Writing for Littles Part 2. He's about 3/4 of the way through Part 1. I don't use formal curriculum for him at all outside of like these kinds of things. So he doesn't have like an everyday year-long curriculum. I just have him practicing like his pencil control and shapes and letters and line formations and all of those things. He really likes it, and he was really excited to see. He did peek in the box and see that he has the next one, so he seems a little bit more motivated to finish the first one. I'm not that worried about it. Again, especially with my 4-year-old, I'm not worried about it at all. I lay it out for him. I introduce him to it. If he's interested, great. I encourage him, and if he's not, I don't worry about it. So that for my 4-year-old. And then this one I grabbed with my 10th grader in mind. He currently needs to choose an independent book. So he has books that go along with his high school level 1 language arts from the Good and the Beautiful, but he needs like independent reading of his choice. And so we have a handful of good ones in our home already, but he's read a lot of those. And then, I don't know, I came across this just because I figured, like I said, I would look through and see what they had. And this one looked interesting, The Island of Appledore. And I think this was, yeah, this is a level 10, so I thought it would be good for his reading level, which is maybe even above that. So I'm interested to see if he likes this or not. If he does, great. If not, then my 11-year-old may be interested in it. He is a very advanced reader as well, so I think he'd be okay with the level 10 either way. So my 4-year-old is starting to whine because it's just that time of day. So I am going to wrap it up. That is really all I had to share. Language Arts Level 2, Doodles and Pre-Writing for Littles Part 2, and The Island of Appledore Level 10 book from the Good and the Beautiful's library. If you do not utilize the Good and the Beautiful's library, I highly recommend it for books that you know are not going to have inappropriate content that you are not interested in your child reading or anything like that. So highly recommend their library and also their book list for other books that are not in their library, how they rate them and whether or not they deem them appropriate for children. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've used any of these resources. Let me know if you're new here. I love to get to know you guys. If you're not already subscribed, I would love if you would subscribe, stick around. If you're not already following me on Instagram, you can follow me there at rooted_homelife. I hope to see you soon in one of my next videos. And until next time, stay rooted.